Good morning. How's it going, you guys? Welcome to this little day in my life vlog type thing. I feel like I've been very disconnected from vlogging. It's been kind of a hot minute since I have vlogged, so I don't know, instead of just jumping back into like a regular like typical vlog that I do that like spans multiple weeks or whatever, I thought I would just kind of ease into it and do this very like chill, sequential, task by task kind of day in my life thing, and just see how that goes and see how I feel. My last real vlog was, I don't think I vlogged since last month, and now it's mid-September. I went on a couple trips that took a bunch of time, and obviously I vlogged my little art retreat thingy, which was my last video, but whenever I do go on trips and I vlog them, those kind of tend to be a little bit different, a little bit more structured, or, you know, I'm trying to get like very like specific shots, and I edit it all like special and stuff, so it doesn't really count to me in my brain as like a normal vlog. So yeah, we're back with this now. Yeah, so today, what do we have on the roster? Can you guys even see me? I don't know, I'm very like backlit and far away, but whatever. I'm trying to like do more interesting shots and think about ways that I can do more interesting like conceptual videos. I feel like I've maybe gotten a little bit stagnant with the types of videos that I do. Maybe it's all in my head, probably is, but I would like to move forward with doing more videos that are like, they have like a point to them, you know what I mean? Or like they're structured a little bit more uniquely than just like the same kind of multi-week summaries in vlog form of my life. Those are good too, and I'll keep doing those, but yeah, anyways, didn't mean to ramble here. This is just supposed to be an intro. But yeah, so what time is it now? It's already 9:30. So I'm gonna get started with a bit of client work that I need to either wrap up if I can, or just like get basically finished so that I can send it over on Monday. Today is Friday. It's Friday the 13th, actually, which I realized this morning. I was like, fuck, should I be filming a video today on this day specifically? But whatever. I'm sure everything will be fine. I wanted to do it on a Friday because I was thinking about it, and I feel like Fridays kind of feel like the best day to me. I was thinking about it, and Fridays might be my favorite day of the week, even more than like a weekend for some reason. And I feel like it's like the nature of how I work or whatever. I tend to, you know, get all of my client work stuff done Monday to Thursday, and then by Friday I'm typically, you know, I just have like a little bit to do, or I'm basically wrapped up, so it feels kind of free. But Friday's still technically a part of the work week, so I still feel like I'm, you know, it's not like a free day yet, but I know that, you know, with everything behind me and the tasks that I have finished, I won't really be bothered. So it's almost like an extra day that doesn't exist, that I can just like be free and like work if I have to a little bit, but also just do whatever I want. Whereas like Saturday and Sunday, I feel like those are like my free weekend days. So I feel like I need to use them for like errands that I've been meaning to do that I couldn't do during the week, or like I hang out with friends on weekends. So it's usually very, you know, filled up, or I feel like I need to fill it up with things that I can't do during the work week. So Friday just feels like this kind of limbo buffer day for me that is really nice. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk on why Friday is the best day for me. And yeah, let's get to work. So yeah, this morning I'm working on some beer can labels. I'm pretty sure I've said this before, but I do a lot of beer can label packaging design for a local brewery in my city. They release a lot of like seasonal cans and stuff like that. And each of them feature like a different illustration. So that takes up a lot of my time every now and then. And so they're coming out with like a few holiday cans. So this week has been pretty busy with that. I was looking at like some like old files or whatever, or like sifting through old work that I've done with them. And so each of the cans that I do for them are labeled with a number. And I feel like I need to add up like the seasonal cans versus the core cans that I've done for them, but it's sitting at around 60 cans right now, which is kind of insane to think that I've done that many for them over time. Can you guys hear my pen going back and forth? I'm just using a grain brush that's like very subtle and needs to like build up. So usually when I'm working on these cans, it's just a lot of this. But yeah, with, you know, obviously having done that many cans for this one client, it's easy to think like, you know, damn, don't you get tired of that? Don't you get bored of doing so many illustrations in the exact same style? And yeah, I think I do, but I don't know. I feel like, you know, obviously doing so many illustrations and getting the opportunity to, you know, work on so many projects like this, I've really kind of gotten good at laying out a specific kind of like landscape composition, and I've added lots of like portfolio pieces to my portfolio. And obviously, you know, it's work, so if I'm going to be doing work, I'm just grateful that it's illustration based and that I can like I know that I'm building up skills and I'm gaining experience from doing stuff like this. Because I have been thinking a lot lately about, you know, how I can beef up my portfolio and what kinds of styles and things I should be focusing on or that I want to be focusing on to, you know, start to apply to illustration agencies or send my work out to other like design agencies that may be looking for or in the need of an illustrator, or like finding representation. Stuff like that has been on my mind as of late. So I don't know, coming into like doing these this like batch of holiday cans specifically, I was trying to think of like, okay, this is, you know, work, obviously, but what can I do, or like how can I focus on, you know, making the composition really good, or, you know, solving these briefs in clever ways that will make whatever I'm working on an asset to my portfolio. And I think coming at work, even though like I have done so many of these, has been nice, and it's been, you know, more engaging. And I feel like it's a balance. You're kind of like walking a tightrope between, you know, mentally thinking like, okay, well, I'm only getting paid this much for this illustration, so I want to get it done in this many hours, so I want to be efficient, right? But there's also a balance of, you know, so much efficiency can take away from your creative process, I guess, or it can take away from the illustration becoming the best that it can be. And obviously, like, yes, you need to, like, you can't spend forever on a project that is only paying you so much. That literally wouldn't make sense for you to spend so much time on, but it's also like you want to make it good for yourself, for the client, but mostly for yourself, so that, you know, you have something to show for it. And I feel like that's kind of what how I've been viewing all of these cans that I've been doing, or I try to view it that way. Sometimes it's easier to, you know, just feel tired of doing the same kind of thing over and over. But yeah, it's really kind of sparked a new kind of fire in me of this project that I have currently is an opportunity to explore and have fun. And even though I'm only being paid so much, I feel like the bit of extra time spent, you know, taking into consideration how to make it something that I can be proud of is worth the extra time spent. Sometimes, depending on how much you are being paid. But yeah. Wow, did we miss my ramblings? So I finished up my little work tasks. It only took like an hour and a half or whatever. I was pretty much there, pretty much done. I just wanted to add some finishing touches to all of them. Yesterday I did like a huge push on getting all the cans done. I'm working on 4 at the same time. I think I mentioned this either the last vlog or a couple vlogs ago, but I like working on things, like if I'm working on a project that requires like multiple illustrations, I like to do them all at the same time, just so that I can like hop around and it's not like, it feels like faster and more of a natural progression, I guess, when I can, you know, kind of start all of them at the same time, work on them as a group rather than focusing on one, finishing it, moving to the next one, that kind of thing. So yeah, I was just adding some finishing touches because yesterday I worked on them for like literally, I don't know, like the full day. Like I worked on it for 8 hours, I think I ended up clocking. And when you stare at something for that long, you kind of lose perspective, and it's hard to think of ways to like just take it over the edge or really kind of complete it. So yeah, I just needed that bit of extra time this morning to do that and come back to them with a bit more of a clear mind. But yeah, I just need to fill in a few more pages in my planner. I've always been like a paper planner type person. I used like a Google Planner or like iCal or whatever for work stuff. And when I was working my office job or whatever, I did that, and I like blocked out hours and stuff like that. And that worked because I had a bunch of like meetings or like certain things that needed to be at certain times pretty regularly. But since I've been freelance, I've tried a few different ways of like scheduling my days and things like that. But I find that I like, just having a paper planner the best. It feels nice to like physically cross something off or like write something down. I do like a very basic kind of Bujo style planner, just weekly pages with 8 sections, 7 of them for each day of the week, and then 1 extra one for like a general to-do list for the week. And then at the top of each day, I just put a little star for, I don't know, like a focus or like what kind of day it is. Like for example, yesterday, I basically spent the whole day working on those beer cans, so it was can work day. And that just helps, like, I don't know, give me a focus on what I'm doing that day. Lately, I've been just doing like a to-do list type thing, and I've been color coding each task either red, yellow, or green. And so the red tasks are kind of like work things or things that, I know takes a lot out of me or takes a lot of concentration. And then the yellow tasks are kind of like in between tasks. Those are things like editing or working on like shop things, more personal type things that it is still work, but it's a little bit more like less pressure, I guess, because it's not for a client specifically. Or I don't know, I can turn off my brain a little bit. And then green tasks are more like, I don't know, things that are like a little bit more enjoyable or feel like play or relaxation time, but it's still a task and something that I want to do. That's stuff like working on personal illustrations or sketchbooking or whatever. And then everything else that's like self-care or whatever, I just label purple. So that's stuff like going to the gym. And yeah, that's kind of like a new thing that I've been enjoying. For a long time, I was doing like a time-based scheduling. So I would say like 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'll work on these things. And then at 2 p.m. I'll go to the gym. And then at 4 p.m. I'll continue to work on these things. And then at 6 p.m. I'll have dinner. And that was cool. And it like worked for a little while, but I felt like oftentimes I wouldn't stick to those time frames. And then when I like find myself not sticking to a schedule, I kind of like feel bad for that. Or like I feel like I should be sticking to the schedule, So I feel like it was just an extra kind of like pressure or guideline that I was putting on myself that was really kind of arbitrary. So since then I have switched to just like letting go of like any time-based things unless I like literally need to be somewhere or do something at a specific time, then I'll write down the time or whatever. But in general, my days, I just need to get certain things done. And so I've been focusing on just listing those things and getting through them and scheduling them for myself in a way that I know I can handle and in a way that's kind of realistic. So I know that I can only kind of handle a couple red tasks a day. Or like if I have a yellow task like editing that I really want to focus on, but I know it's going to take a long time, then, I can kind of see I have planned for myself, and then I can just like go down the list. And I try not to give myself too much to do each day, because I am human and it depends how I'm feeling, what's going on in my life. But yeah, I've liked how I've been doing that lately. And my sketchbook is, sorry, this is not a sketchbook. My notebook, my planner is a Stalogy brand. I really like it. It's like a grid paper, so it's very flexible in like how you can arrange your pages and things like that. And the pages are kind of like onion skinny, so it's very like thin. So yeah, that's what I use. So yeah. How's it going, you guys? Are we deep enough into the video where I could start talking about my feelings yet? I'm just preparing a little bowl of Greek yogurt and banana with peanuts on top. That's like my go-to pre-gym protein snack or whatever. I'm gonna go to the gym. Today is, like I said, Friday, and Fridays tend to be my like cardio day or whatever, which growing up I've always kind of, I don't know, enjoyed cardio or chosen it as like a exercise of choice. I ran for a while, for a long time growing up. Running was like my kind of default exercise. Yeah, but in recent years I've been mostly focusing on like strength training, but cardio does, you know, it is still important, and I do enjoy fitting it into my week. But yeah, I like cardio a lot. Lately I've been doing the Stairmaster because it's like I don't know, it's like kind of strengthy, but also cardio, right? Like you're using your lower body muscles as well. And I feel like especially after Machu Picchu, because that was basically a 4-day Stairmaster experience, I really felt like capable, and I felt like that's something that I could, or that I would like to do and incorporate, almost dropped my banana, incorporate into my like routine exercise schedule. But yeah, I just meditated because, I don't know, I'm feeling like, you know, when you have a bunch of tasks to do, but you feel like you can't really move on to the next thing and you like need a reset or something. That's kind of how I am feeling. And so I was debating whether or not I wanted to go to the gym a little later in the day. It's just about noon right now. Or go midday or whatever, but I just decided that now is the time because I could use with a bit of, I don't know, exertion, a bit of brain off, cardio, get a bit of a runner's high, might be nice. Yeah, usually when I do cardio, I just like put on a podcast and go brain off, and it's quite nice. So that's the plan. And yeah, as I prepare and eat my little snack, I thought I would talk to you guys about how I've been feeling about YouTube stuff, or just life in general, maybe. Woo! Yeah, so at the end of my last vlog, if you guys watched that one, not my travel vlog, but the one before that, I was going through some stuff, and I kind of ended with the revelation that I was kind of spreading myself too thin, putting too much pressure on myself to, I don't know, be everything to everyone, everywhere, all at once. And how that was unsustainable, and how I just, needed to be nicer to myself and take the pressure off of myself from trying to just be perfect all the time. So that was good. It was like a good realization. Let's go to the dining room. It was a good realization, but I feel like it still didn't solve my blahness, if that makes sense. So into the following weeks or whatever, I continued to feel a little bit not myself, if that makes sense. And yeah, I went on my trips, and those were good. It was a nice break. And then coming back, I don't know. I feel like when you go on a trip and then you come back, you feel a little bit like strange, in addition to me already feeling not myself. But yeah, I spoke to some people, and I, figured out some things within myself. And yeah, that helped a lot. I canceled some plans. I took care of myself. I, was feeling good, and I am feeling good. I'm feeling better. But yeah, I feel like I'm just kind of walking on this tightrope right now of okay, I'm feeling good. I've worked out some things in myself. I've had conversations with people. I've, figured things out, but I'm still kind of, if I think about it too much, or if I'm left to my own thoughts enough, then I'll find myself teetering a little bit more to the side that's like kind of lost and kind of, like, what the fuck are you even doing? Yeah. Okay, I'm about to eat, and my mic is right here, so I don't know how that's going to come out. I don't know if that's going to be completely disgusting for you guys, so I'm just going to eat a little bit, think, and then continue talking. So, let's do that. Is my camera crooked? Yes. It is a little crooked, isn't it? That's great. Okay, what was I thinking? Yeah, I feel like I said, right now I'm in a bit of a transition period, or I'm thinking about, next steps. I'm thinking about what I want to do, or what I'm planning on doing in the coming months. And I feel like with, travel for the most part, I hope being wrapped up for the year after these past couple trips, I finally have some time to sit down and like settle in and be with myself and plan out my life and make moves and do things. And I feel like maybe part of the reason why I'm kind of in a freeze state right now, or like I'm teetering on that, is obviously the anxiety that comes with doing things that you want to do because you're afraid of it not working out, or being rejected, or failing, or whatever. So I definitely think that has a lot to do with it, as well as like I feel like YouTube is a whole beast on its own. That like maybe it's like a summertime thing, and maybe it'll, you know, start to pick up into the colder months. But I feel like my videos have been a little bit stagnant, like I said, creative wise and view wise. Like I feel like I'm not getting as many views, which what the fuck am I even talking about? I tell myself over and over, I don't care. I don't care how many views I get. I don't care how well a video does. What matters is I am doing it. I'm sharing my experiences. I'm sharing my life. I'm sharing my art. I'm making these videos that matter to me, and I'm proud of them. And that's all that fucking matters. It doesn't matter how many people watch them. And I know that feeling like I'm not doing enough, like it's a moving target. Like I'm never gonna feel like my videos are getting enough views if the metric keeps moving. Like a year ago, I have 20,000 subscribers now, which would have been fucking unheard of to me a year ago. But now that I'm here, and now that I've tasted, you know, what it feels like to get a video that gets 100,000 views or 60,000 views, or like, you know, videos that do really well, and then not having a video do really well like that for a long period of time, I feel like it's hard to not let that get to me or feel demoralized by it. But it's so silly, and like none of this fucking matters anyways, because like I'm not doing this to get views. I'm not doing YouTube to be a big successful YouTuber. That's not the point here. But obviously, when, you know, I check my YouTube studio and it shows you like, oh, your last video is getting less views than usual. It's ranked number fucking 9 out of 10 or whatever. You're like comparing yourself with yourself, and you're thinking like, fuck, what am I doing wrong? What can I do better? How can I, you know, get that number up? How can I fix that metric? How can I continually outdo myself and continually grow and never fail? And that's impossible, first of all. And second of all, that's not the point of what I'm doing here. And I know that, and I can remind myself of that, but it sucks. It sucks to have such a mentality, I guess, that is tied to performance and getting a portion of the worth that I feel within myself from my performance. And, you know, obviously feeling like the validation from people and all these other things. It's silly. So I feel like that's kind of weighing on me as well, which is, you know, it's just, it's something that I know I will get over, but like I wonder if I'll only get over it once I put out a video that does really well again, and then I can breathe. But then it's like it's relying on the same metrics that are out of my control for the most part to give myself peace and to ease my anxiety and to tell myself that I am worth something. But letting my self-worth be tied to something that is out of my fucking control and doesn't fucking matter anyways, because I'm not trying to be a YouTuber. Why do I care so much? Why do I let it get to me? Why do I let it bog me down? That's fucking stupid. I don't know. Sorry guys, I'm ranting. I didn't mean to rant right now. Honestly, when I was thinking of doing this video, I was thinking like, it would it'd be nice to do just like a chill, like very like silent, you know, just me doing my little silly little task throughout the day and not get too deep and just be fucking whatever. That would be nice. And now here I am. Of course, I always end up talking like this in some regard or another in my videos. I wish I could hook this mic up to my brain so you guys can like hear the thoughts and like internal monologue that goes on up here. What was the last thing that I said? I just stopped to like chew for a long time. So part of me is trying to find a solution, right? I'm a very solution-oriented person. So when I'm going through something, when I'm dealing with something, I just need to know what to do about it to kind of ease my anxiety, and like plot a plan forward, I guess. And I know that's not always realistic, and sometimes like you just gotta talk it out and feel it out and whatever, and that's good too. That's needed too. But yeah, part of me has thought like, okay, I do YouTube because I like it. I like rambling to a camera. I like composing shots. I like editing together videos that are satisfying to watch. I like traveling. I like capturing my memories. I like, you know, sharing and connecting and all of the good things. And so that's cool and that's good. So I want to keep doing this, but what can I do to take the weight off of how this very personal art is being received or perceived, or how quote unquote successful it is in terms of views and performance and stuff like that. And I was thinking, like, should I just uninstall YouTube Studio and never fucking look at it and just like be just like go cold after every upload and let it be? And one, I don't think that's possible. It would take a lot of willpower on my end to not just go on the fucking browser, YouTube browser, and click my little profile picture and then go YouTube Studio and see how it's doing. That's a hard thing to keep myself from. And also, I want to be able to engage with you guys. You guys leave such thoughtful comments all the fucking time, and I want to be able to see them and read them and respond to them. And like you can do that from just like YouTube in general. But I don't know how reliable that is or sustainable that is to like see everything. I don't know, sometimes comments get missed, but yeah, I don't know. It's I know that the solution has less to do with the physical restrictions that I put on myself and more to do with what or how I internalize the information that I'm seeing. And that's like a whole deeper thing that I'm going to be continuing to work on probably for the rest of my life. How not to be so hard on myself for things that are out of my control. How to not put so much pressure on myself to be outstanding and perfect and an overachiever, which I have always been and always felt and always done. So it's difficult. But yeah, it's baby steps, and it's, you know, I don't know. I don't need a solution right now. I don't have one. But what I am doing is talking about it and just airing my grievances. And that's one of the things that I love about doing shit like this, is that I'm able to do that. And it helps. It does help. So that's where I'm at. I'm just thinking about like how this video is gonna turn out. It doesn't fucking matter. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care because it's my channel, my videos. Nobody has to watch them. You guys do, and I appreciate you so much. And the more people that watch me, I know I'm gonna feel more and more pressure to make you guys happy, but I need to stay grounded and remind myself that I started doing this for me because I like it. And so that's what needs to keep me going, is the fulfillment that I get from this, not the fickle validation that I get when a video does well. Period. So yeah, when I think about coming at YouTube from that angle of like, YouTube is literally just a hobby for me, and I don't want it to become anything more than that. It does help ease my anxieties a little bit. It's hard to convince myself that this is just a hobby when I've seen so much growth and support and I've built so much from this. But like, if I let my growth kind of hijack my channel just for the sake of growing more and more and pleasing the algorithm and, you know, making videos that tend to do well rather than videos that I just feel like making, that's don't like that. That sounds like a dead end to me. And I feel like that would suck all of the joy out of what I love so much about doing this. Really, like, I just want to be able to think of ideas for videos that sound fun or cool or chill or, you know, feeds my soul in some way, and just do it, you know, for the love of doing it, for the creativity of it, and just put it out into the world and let the world do what it wants with it, and just wipe my hands of it after that. That's kind of like what I want to do with all of my art. But it's hard because we live in a society, of course. It is what it is. I'm trying to move forward because I know I have a tendency to want to please, whether that's please my audience, please the people that I love, please literally anyone, please the algorithm, please the YouTube overlords. I know that that's in my nature and that's what I tend to do. So I'm trying to shift my perspective to something more selfish. And that's such a word that I struggle with because it's obviously a negative. It has negative connotations. But if I am not allowed to be a little bit selfish in how I live my life and how I make my art and, you know, what I decide to do for the sake of my own mental health and well-being, if that's bad, then what the fuck? How can that be bad? How can that be a bad thing? So yeah, I've been thinking, like, I've always tried to respond to every single comment. Not, you know, most comments, especially when, like, I feel like the nature of my videos, I blab so much, I fucking yap, I spill my heart out, I spill my guts out. So obviously I understand that as a viewer, you might have a, you know, emotional reaction to that, or you might like feel seen or heard, or you like have something yourself that you want to share to me that can help. And often I do ask for that input, and I'm so grateful for it. And it means so much to me that my videos reach people in that way. I don't want to cry. I'm not gonna cry. So that's beautiful, and that's very meaningful to me. God damn it, I didn't think this was gonna be like a crying thing. Fucking hell. So that's great. And so I guess what I'm struggling with is like connecting with so many people on such a level. It's a lot. It takes a lot out of me to try to respond to people in a way that feels like I see them. It's individual. Like if somebody is spilling their guts out to me because I have done that to them, so they, it feels like this parasocial kind of conversation that we're having. And then I receive that and it touches me. I read the comments and I'm like, damn, these people see me. These people feel seen. It's like we're really, really connecting here. I need to like mentally prepare myself, and like I need to set aside time and mental space to reply to everybody, and to try and reply in a way that doesn't feel like I'm just fucking like, okay, yeah, thanks. Oh, that's great, cool. Like, I feel, or like I put such a pressure on myself to try and connect with people on such an intimate level. Just in my inner circle, I do that with myself. Like all of my friends, I want my relationships with people to be deep and honest and real, and maintaining that can be a lot, right? And then when I extend that responsibility to anybody who reaches out to me on social media from viewing my videos, and obviously there's a lot of you now, and that's only going to grow. It's hard, like it's unsustainable for me to try and put that weight on myself, I guess, to interact with you guys in the way that I really, really want to. So like it's tough, but I that's been weighing on me. I think it's part of what's been weighing on me. And sorry, I'm trying really hard not to cry. 'Cause it's, yeah, whatever. Anyways, so I've kind of been thinking, like, I just wanted to say, I read all of your guys' comments, all of them. Even if I don't respond, I've read it. It all comes through my notifications. And I wish that I could reply and have personal relationships with all of you, but obviously that's fucking impossible. And I don't. I have enough on my plate with the few people that I do consider close to me. Even that's hard to manage for me. So I think for myself, I'm going to tone down replying to you guys. But that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate what you guys are saying. It doesn't mean that I don't see you, that I'm not touched by your words. Especially when I like talk to you guys like this, or like ask for advice. I mean that, like, it's really something beautiful to be able to like reach out and then be responded to, in such a insightful and thoughtful way, in the way that you guys do. I just can't, it'll become too much if I, try to respond to you guys as if I'm responding to a close friend. So I'll do my best, but I'm just kind of laying this out here, saying that I'm trying to be more selfish. I'm trying to take the pressure off of myself, because that's what I need. And yes. So that's all. This is becoming a very long talk. I'm surprised my camera hasn't stopped recording yet, but that's all. I guess that's what I wanted to get off of my chest. I don't know. It's like I said, it's a okay, and my camera did stop recording, so we've been speaking for 30 minutes now. Thank you so much for supporting me as always. It's such a complex thing. It's such a complex thing. But I need to take care of myself, and I know you guys understand that. So, thank you. Let's move on with the day. I'm gonna finish my fucking yogurt and go to the gym. Okay. Okay, hello. Back from the gym. And it's about 3 o'clock. So, wow. Already midday. I'm just gonna make some edamame. Just a little sneaky snack post, physical exertion. But yeah, I'm feeling better. I don't know if I was exactly feeling bad earlier. Maybe talking about things that I was struggling with got me to be a little bit like over analytical about how I could be feeling bad right now. Maybe it was the gym, maybe it was, the endorphins from moving that's helping me, but yeah. Life's chill. Life's good. I am concerned about how I am coming across as maybe very overthinky, but I am that. So, of course, I would come across as that. But I'm reminding myself that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how I come across. It doesn't matter if people perceive me as being a negative Nancy. I'm not saying that you do. It's just a worry that is intrusively in my head after the talk we had over there. Yeah. None of that shit matters. I'm proud of myself for, listening to myself, paying attention to myself, being introspective and trying to figure my shit out. Even though it can be a little bit annoying how much I overanalyze things, but that's just who I am. And despite being that way, people still choose to watch my vlog, so it must not be that bad, right? Right? But yeah, I'm going to put together this little snack, eat it real quick, and then as I was sitting over there talking, I was just like staring at the fish painting that was behind the camera, behind you guys, and there are certain parts of it that I would like to kind of touch up. I do remember that I went over the line in some spots, so I need to mix together a white or like an off-white that will match the tone of the canvas, just to cover up some of my mess ups. And then, yeah, I'm gonna have to frame it, not kind of like half frame it, in the coming little while, and give it off to my friend for her new place. So yeah, that's what we're doing next. It's 3:03 p.m. Woo!
Like a regression from the first game that oscillates between punishingly grounded and nightmarishly surreal, and the whole thing rests on the back of the main character's performance. As higher trauma and its enduring rot, Hellblade 2 feels Senua, and that part of my brain goes, I've never seen someone. The reason that the game lacks the boss fights or stunning realms of the first game, because creating those same assets at this fidelity was prohibitively expensive. What could just be achieved, and how much that achievement was. And if I time traveled to 1986, I bet I'd get a lot of people saying, Defender of the Crown. This feels monumentally more impressive than the jump from, 480p power to render its high-quality art. Dragon's Lair was only computing relatively simple pass-fail states. Would be kind of like saying Immortality is the best-looking game ever. To texture filtering. You know when 3D games use some sort of techie magic to smooth out their sharp, pixely edges? That's from Daytona. Light and shadow, character and environment, all still hoping to be unified. Over Reddit Dawn's willingness to share. In GDC talks and slide decks widely available online, the tech team broke down how and why they went to such lengths with their graphics in spectacularly granular detail, spending pages and pages showing how
video to still be relevant 3 minutes after it's uploaded. And so, what I find really interesting is Dropship made a faceless YouTube channel. Just logging into Facebook for the first time in years, my feed is mirrors and body horror pictures of brown kids. I also love this post. I saw that it's had that of more people than at any other point before. Never before have more people been dependent. This was 2020, one where this process was reversed when the spread of a virus from Wuhan pushed reality into screens. When we talk about the death of the I realize that you're probably thinking how that sounds like a boomer meme about how back in my day a TikTok was a mint. But you are correct, it does sound like that. And also, the analogy I just used is going to be the framing conceit for most of this video. So, in my day, we fought against real issues, like our school using computers.
Wait, what's next, man? Being made to wear shoes? Barefoot is legal, man. Free your mind and your souls.
Okay, hi. So yeah, I've wrapped up my finishing touches on the fish painting. I know it's been technically like 99% done for a long time, but now it's 100% done, and I just have to figure out the framing of it, which I'm not gonna do today. So yeah, I'm gonna clean up my little mess. It is almost 5 p.m. now. It's 4:48, and what am I gonna do? I don't know. I'm using my my 18 to 55 millimeter lens today for this video, so that's why it's not as wide as usual. But So I have like a bunch of stuff kind of planned for myself that I was meaning to do for this video, which is not realistic for like a day in my life or whatever. What would be realistic would be, I don't actually know. Okay, so we touched up my fish painting, that's good. I'm working on an illustration for N Week that it's not for Patreon or anything like that. It's just for a future shop print or something, I'm thinking. So I'll probably continue work on that. And you guys can enjoy my art process footage, and I'm gonna keep watching this We Are in Hell video essay. pretty close to a normal day, I guess. Video essays, working on stuff. That's it.
The person who was inspired by Brand's work and who really ran with cyber utopianism was Perry Barlow. In 1995, that AOL's target demographic was the kind of people who take a cruise to a foreign country and deem to be known as the Eternal September. A reference to how, before companies like AOL, the only time where there'd be an video about spam, and saw a bunch of comments from people who were around then and are still bitter. And she originally shared this site with a couple of her friends, but you're never gonna...
I was a nerd. And I got an email from someone who said, I'm doing laundry too. And I just looked and I saw that you're doing laundry on Saturday.
Was interviewed on Letterman, where she was treated more or less the same way you would.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
But I'm not just bringing this up to defend the honor of Twitch streamers. In these early live journals came onto the scene and opened the doors to anyone with an internet connection and strongly held opinions. At their height, blogs occupied a bit of a weirder they saw with banner ads. The issue, I think, is that by acknowledging that the blog was a job and one that she did business climate worked in. Of course, this is a video essay, and so when I say a little bit of context, what I mean is, following World War II, the U.S. emerged this. In his book, Platform Capitalism, Nick Cernisic argues that at the most basic level, all platforms have two characteristics on, but for now, that's really all you need to know. Now, let's get into the first internet platforms that shaped the basis for what we now think customizable profiles and the ability to talk to people who didn't know IRL. The site thankfully never really took off, largely because it was just too bound to be 20 pounds heavier or 20 pounds older than he is in his photo. We're trying to make the process more accountable. People will put a more accurate picture of themselves on asking other users, but doing so under their real names, which meant that it was fun. In response, a group of enraged fakesters who ran Apache Tomcat servers and the best engineers in the field. By contrast, MySpace could only afford to spend $33K about fitting degrees of friendship. I love this so much. The contrast between Jonathan Abrams being never forgot who got him there and has stayed extremely in touch with teenagers even now in his 50s. In fairness, that might have just been an elaborate way for him to get back into Joe Rogan.
Hi. So it's just past 6. It's 6:05. And I'm hungry. So I have dinner in the fridge that I just need to prepare. But I was kind of thinking, since it is Friday and I'm filming this, cozy little day in my life or whatever, and I've kind of been itching for this, tonight I would like to watch a movie. Have a chill little movie night. I've been really wanting to go to the movie theater and watch a movie by myself for the past little while, but there really have not been any movies out in theaters that I've been, excited to see. So, yeah, I'm just gonna watch a movie at home. Find one on a streaming platform or whatever, and then just put it on. But yeah, there's this popcorn that's really delicious that I tried and am craving, so I'm gonna go grab that from the store, and then when I get back, I'm gonna make dinner and then eat it. exciting. Day in my life. This is what I do in my life.
Look, as much as I love spending these calls ducking and weaving, I'm not sure why I'm getting such a grilling from the bank that brought us to market.
Henry, it's Frank Wade, Pure Point Equity Research. I need to publish a buy-sell recommendation by the end of the week.
Okay, you guys, I have changed back into my giant gray sweater, meaning we're locked into comfy mode for the rest of the night. Got my my giant bowl of popcorn. And yeah. Brandon recommended a movie, the Johnny Cash biopic that came out in 2005 that I have never heard of or seen. Looks good, has good reviews on the interweb, so I think I'll give it a try. And I love a good, like, musician biopic as well, so I think I'll like it. But yeah, this is gonna basically be the rest of my night. I have my iPad here in case I want to doodle or continue work on that that illustration that I was working on. Kind of continue to etch away at it while I watch, but yeah, the rest of the night should be pretty chill. It is a Friday night, so I didn't want to, like, I don't know, push myself too hard to, like, be too productive or anything like that. I feel like I, you know, did enough today, and I'm just craving a cozy little time watching this movie. So yeah, that's it for this video. It feels so short. I feel like my vlogs are usually they span such a longer period of time, like weeks to a month usually. So this was different. Let me know what you think, what you thought. Any thoughts that you have, please do share. I might not reply to them. I might not reply, but I read them all. So I appreciate you guys sharing with me and reaching out and, you know, just responding to this stuff that I do here. And yeah. Thank you so very much for watching. Thank you for your support. Am I still in frame? I hope so. I think I am. And thank you to my patrons in particular. You guys are the fucking best. Thank you. Thank you for your support. If you want to support me directly, the best way to do that is on Patreon. You can check out my Patreon and see what I offer, blah, 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 blah. And, yeah, going to enjoy the rest of my cozy little Friday night. You guys enjoy whatever night or day you're having, and please take care of yourselves and be nice to yourselves and everything, everywhere, all at once. Okay. Let's watch this movie. Okay, hi. It's the next day, Saturday, and yeah, I just got up. I don't know, I was thinking I kind of wanted to do like a outro chat or something, kind of like outside of the word meta is coming to mind, but I don't actually know how to use that word. Is it meta that I'm speaking to you guys directly after the whole narrative of the actual video is over? Is that how you use that word? I don't know. But yeah, just got up and I don't know, I had more thoughts. I wanted to chat some more. So yesterday the movie was good. It was, the movie came out in 2005, so it was very 2005 coded. And I sometimes struggle with like older movies. I'm not saying 2005 is old. That's definitely like an era of movie that I watched growing up. But yeah, it was good. It was simple, simple storyline, very interesting story of Johnny Cash's life. So that's cool. That was nice. It was cozy. I really didn't work on my iPad at all. Just want to put that out there. I brought my iPad. I started to work on it. The movie started. I wanted to pay attention and eat my popcorn, so I put it away. And then I just continued to just watch, and I grabbed a blanket and I was just like watching horizontally like this until it ended. And then I went to bed. So yeah, it was good. And then this morning I woke up and I felt pretty good. I felt like I needed that rest yesterday. I did say I felt like yesterday I did enough. I was productive enough. I finished up the painting and I worked on some other stuff, and that was good. But I feel like I put this idea in my head for the purpose of filming that day in my life video, that I was going to be very productive from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep, and it just didn't turn out that way. So I guess I was a little bit disappointed in myself that I let myself off easy and I just had a chill movie night, which I know is what does that even matter? That's just me being hard on myself for no reason. And truly, if I was just living my day normally, that's what I would have done. And the only thing pushing me to want to try and be more productive when I really didn't have to, and I didn't feel like it, was that a camera was watching me, was that I was, making a video out of it, and I wanted to portray myself as being more productive than I am. And that's not transparent. That's not real. So yeah, I don't know. I know my vlogs and stuff like that all come across very, I don't know, honest and, real and shit like that. Everything that we talk about, everything I try to show and talk about on my vlogs, I try to be honest, and I try to be honest with myself. But I think it's hard sometimes not to let the subconscious pressure of I'm being perceived right now, or I'm trying to craft a narrative right now. I think it's hard to not let that kind of take over, and you kind of like end up subconsciously doing thing you end up sorry, you end up subconsciously choosing to do things, or like doing things in a way that you normally wouldn't if a camera wasn't there, for the sake of coming across as more productive, or, you know, more admirable, or all of these things. And so yeah, that's what I was battling with, I think, yesterday. So that's one, just wanted to talk about that. And then two, I haven't watched back the edit yet. I'm going to edit today and tomorrow, I think, this video. Hopefully that won't take too long. I've been trying to think, like, I don't know, videos like this really don't need heavy editing. I feel like I put in a lot of effort into my edits that really isn't that necessary. Because I know that for the most part, you guys put my video on in the background, so all of the like visual things or like little captions. Ow. Sorry, I just got is that heartburn? I don't know, it's like here. Yeah, all of the little nuances and stuff like that, like, it is fun to do, but it is a lot of effort and it takes a lot of time. And I don't know how necessary that is, and I feel like I put so much effort into editing because I want my videos to do well, but like that isn't even, like, that doesn't even correlate to my videos doing well. And like I talked about, like, I'm trying to let go of the want for my videos to do well, you know? So yeah, I'm kind of grappling with, like, should I just make my fucking videos like whatever the fuck I want again, like regress in my editing style, regress in the quality of my videos? I don't know. I think there needs to be a balance of like videos like this, where it's just like a quick little idea that I have and I wanted to film and throw together and get out by the next week or whatever. Then like I feel like that's chill. I can just throw it together, you know, just give you guys the footage. You guys can enjoy, you know, the rawness of it, versus like a video where it's like more conceptual, or it's a travel video. Those things I really enjoy editing and sweating the small things and putting together these like works of art that I really enjoy watching back, and it's super satisfying to do those little details and like the fancy title cards and edit together everything so that it feels good. So I don't know, I guess it really just depends on my mood, on how much time I have. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to get at here, but that's also been on my mind. So I thought I would just blabber about that for a sec. And yeah, and finally, you know, I think I touched on this sentiment a little bit in the video. Again, haven't watched the edit, don't actually know what the fuck I said. I blacked out all of yesterday. Yeah, I'm dealing with some insecurity right now within myself of how I come across. I think because for the past little while I have felt a little negative, or like I have felt a little not myself, or I don't want to say not myself, because like anything that I feel, anything that I am is me being myself, because it's me. I'm feeling those things. How could I not be myself? You know what I mean? So I feel like I have this ideal picture of myself that I'm just like happy and positive and optimistic. And Emotions are coming up, and I feel like I've been disconnected with that side of myself for a little while. And so even though like I'm doing things to, you know, sort those things out for myself, I'm taking care of myself, I'm reaching out to people, it's kind of like a slow progression back to feeling like I know who I am, and I feel like what I think I know, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm a little bit shaky on that, and I feel like doing this vlog and coming back to vlogging after like this large gap, obviously there's always going to be growing pains with things like that. But it's bringing to the forefront, like, the state of me right now is going to be viewed by people who are used to watching me, and I'm insecure about what if they see me as I am now and they think like, oh, what's wrong with her? She's complaining a lot, more than usual. She's being too overthinky, too negative, too this, too that, which is all, I know I'm probably just like overthinking and being way too hard on myself about all of this. And I'm sure like when I said that, a lot of you were like, what the fuck is she talking about? So yes, that's what's going on in my head. And I know it's all just my own perception of me, and my own insecurities for some fucking reason are stronger than they normally are right now, and that's fine. And so this morning, journaling, like, I feel better today. I feel good. I feel ready to do stuff, whatever, live my life, not be so hard on myself. Took some time to connect with myself, talk to myself, be gentle with myself, all of those things. And so, yeah, I just felt like I wanted to continue to talk to you guys and whatever. So that's about it. That is about it. I feel like I rushed the ending of like the actual, not the actual ending, but the like pre-ending when I was watching my movie or whatever, because I just wanted to fucking stop recording and get to my fucking movie and just like have a chill night and not have the pressure of the camera anymore. So sorry if that felt rushed. The next morning, I do feel like I maybe pushed that along too quickly. So yes, I'm going to do another ending here. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. It's a very strange dynamic having an audience, having an audience in which I'm blabbering my inner feelings to, and it's very one-sided, other than the comments that I get, other than the people that I know are watching. It's strange. So I'm just going to leave that thought there and say thank you anyways. Thank you for supporting me. If you do, I appreciate that. And I hope that this was cool for you, or comfy, or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, that is it. I'm going to stop talking now. Thank you for listening and everything, especially my patrons. Can you even see this? It's hard, like I can, the the screen is flipped over, but like it's so far away and so small, so I don't know if you guys can actually see the heart. Yeah, okay. Bye. Have a good rest of your day. See y'all in a bit.